got to be my least favorite time of year.
What's that?
Like holiday shopping season. It's like the
Yes.
holidays and hacker season. They just kind of collide.
They do seem to go together.
Everyone's online buying gifts, totally distracted. It just creates like the perfect environment for those phishing scams.
Right. People just aren't paying as much attention.
No, and it's prime time for hackers to try and, trick people into giving up their personal info, their passwords, all that stuff.
Exactly.
So for today's deep dive, we're going to look at a wave of phishing attacks that are specifically targeting iPhone users.
Oh, wow.
We've got some sources here detailing some pretty scary stuff. So we're going to break it all down. How these scams actually work, the warning signs to look out for, and most importantly, how to protect yourself. Because, let's face it, who wants to deal with a hacked account on top of all the holiday stress?
Nobody. Cybersecurity is always important, but yeah, it's especially critical during the holidays. I mean, think about it. We're all shopping online more, using our phones and computers constantly. Plus, there's that pressure to find perfect gifts, get everything done on time. It's easy to let our guard down. And falling victim to one of these scams, it can really ruin your holidays.
Yeah, for sure. And, I was reading through these sources earlier, and some of these scams are, like, really convincing.
Oh, I bet.
Even I almost fell for one.
Wow. Okay, well, I'm definitely all ears then. Let's hear about these.
Okay, so the first one is being called the suspended Apple ID scam.
Okay.
So basically, you get this email, and it looks like it's straight from Apple, but it's not, obviously. And it claims that your Apple ID has been suspended.
Oh, wow, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see why that would be effective. Everyone relies on their Apple ID for, everything these days.
Right.
Your phone, your apps, your music, even looking for things.
Right.
You see that email, it's like instant panic. You immediately think, oh no, I need to fix this right now. You don't even think twice. And that's exactly what they're counting on, right? That sense of urgency, it kind of makes you bypass all rational thought and just click, click, click.
Yep. And a lot of these sources, they highlight how they use a 24-hour deadline to, really amplify that pressure. You have 24 hours to fix this, so your account will be permanently deleted.
Oh, wow. Yeah, talk about pressure. It's a classic tactic to, I guess manipulate people, really.
Right.
It's like a psychological trick to just totally shut down that critical thinking part of your brain. But even if an email looks really official at first glance, there are usually some subtle clues that give it away.
Okay, like what?
Well, for one thing, always pay close attention to the sender's email address. Make sure it's actually coming from apple.com. You'd be surprised how many people just glance at the name and don't actually look at the full email address.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
And the grammar. Hackers, especially if they're overseas, they often make little grammar mistakes or use awkward phrasing. And then the tone. Real Apple emails, they tend to be pretty straightforward and professional. If the email is overly dramatic or demanding, that's a big red flag.
That makes sense. So always double check those things, the address, the grammar, the tone. Anything seems a little off, don't click on anything.
Right. And remember, Apple will never ask for your personal information, like your password or credit card details, in an email. If you see that, run for the hills. It's a scam, guaranteed.
Got it. Don't click, don't reply, don't do anything. Go straight to the official Apple website to check.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's the suspended Apple ID scam. Pretty scary stuff. But it gets even trickier with this next one. We're calling this one the iCloud problem scam.
Oh, okay. So what's different about this one?
Well, this one comes in a couple of different flavors. You might get a fake email or a text message claiming there's some kind of issue with your iCloud account.
Right. And I guess a lot of people might panic because, you think about all the stuff you store in iCloud, right?
Oh, duh.
Photos, videos, documents, all those precious memories. It's often the only backup people have. So yeah, I can see how this scam would be super effective.
Yeah, you're totally right.
And you know what's really interesting? It's how they vary the bait. Sometimes the message says your iCloud storage is full and they offer you a free upgrade.
Oh, sneaky.
Right. But other times, they warn you about suspicious activity on your account. Like someone just logged in from Russia or something.
And then they demand you to take immediate action to secure your account, right?
Exactly. And it's so easy to see how someone could panic and fall for that, especially if they're worried about losing all their data.
For sure. So, okay, the suspended Apple ID scam and the iCloud problem scam, they're both using fear to get people to act without thinking.
Right. It's all about creating that sense of urgency and then tricking you into giving up your login info on a fake website.
Exactly. So What can we do to protect ourselves? I mean, it sounds like these scams are getting more and more sophisticated.
They are. But don't worry, there are some simple steps you can take to stay safe. Our sources offer some really solid advice here. First and foremost, never, ever share your personal data or security information through email or text.
Okay, but I mean, what if it looks like a legitimate email?
It doesn't matter. Legitimate companies simply don't operate that way. They will never ask for your password or credit card details through an email. So if you see that, it's a scam. End of story.
Got it. Don't share personal info through email or text. What else?
Okay, this one is a must. Always, always, always use two-factor authentication.
Okay, I've heard of that, but can you explain what that is exactly? I'm not really sure I understand how it works.
Sure, yeah. It basically adds an extra layer of security to your account. So when you try to log in, you'll need to enter a unique code from your phone or email in addition to your password.
Oh, I see.
So even if a hacker steals your password somehow, they still can't get into your account without that code.
Oh, okay. So it's like having two locks on your door. That's a good analogy.
Exactly. Two locks are better than one. And setting it up is super easy. You can do it right in your iPhone settings.
Okay, so two-factor authentication. Got it. What's the third tip?
This one is just common sense, but it's amazing how many people forget. Be really cautious about clicking links or opening attachments in emails that you weren't expecting or that look even the slightest bit suspicious. And always pay close attention to the sender's email address. Look for misspellings or weird variations that might indicate a fake.
Yeah, okay. I think I'm guilty of clicking on links without thinking sometimes.
We've all been there, but during the holiday season especially, you got to be extra cautious.
So true. I always tell my friends and family, if anything at all seems off, just go directly to the official website or app. Like, don't even click the link in the email. Just go to apple.com directly to check your account or whatever it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. And remember, these scams, they're always changing. They're getting more and more sophisticated. So staying informed and being vigilant is really your best defense. You know, sometimes I wonder if Apple should be doing more to protect its users. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, they're always adding new security features, but it seems like the hackers are always one step ahead.
It's true. It's like a constant arms race.
Right. It really is. So I guess it comes down to personal responsibility, too.
Yeah.
We have to stay informed and be proactive about protecting ourselves. It's a partnership, I guess.
I think that's a good way to put it. A partnership.
Okay, well, this has been a super helpful conversation. I feel like I'm way more aware of these scams now and what to look out for.
I'm glad. That's what we aim for.
So to all our listeners out there, please remember what we talked about today. Be vigilant, be skeptical, and don't let those digital Grinches steal your holiday cheer. Share this info with your friends and family, especially anyone who might be more vulnerable to these tactics. Let's all keep each other safe out there. Happy shopping, everyone.
And happy holidays!